Hey everyone, Meinke from MLive&apos, joined by Justin Rogers. It's OTA week, Justin.
We're all dressed up.
Lions reconvening on Tuesday, and this is not conditioning, it's not rookie camp, this is actual OTAs.
Football.
It is voluntary, so I don't expect to see everyone there. But it's our first glimpse of football since January, and that's kind of exciting. A lot of new pieces obviously fitting in. I know we're both going to have our eyes on Marvin Jones and the new look offense. What do you expect to see there?
That's it. I mean, that's what I want to see. I want to see what does life look like without Calvin Johnson. I'm more optimistic about Jones now after having watched some film after the initial signing. I see a really versatile weapon, and I just want to see how the installation of Jim Bob Cooter's full offense with an offseason, how that's going to start taking effect.
Well, there's two dynamics going on right now with the offense that I see. One is you're losing Calvin Johnson, who is a dominant one receiver, and now the Lions have two very good receivers. But the dynamic will be different with Marvin Jones and Golden Tate. They're two good players, but it's going to be different not having that one guy, that go-to guy
two
that
elite
draws.
number twos.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Or
makes
two
sense.
1Bs, if that makes sense, too. I mean, either way you want to look at it. But, what Calvin does, he draws defenses toward him. So now the defensive looks the Lions will get will be different. They'll have to adjust for that. So that's one dynamic. And the other is Cooter himself. And, we saw versions of his offense last year and the evolution from week to week to week. And it got different as the year wore on. But we're going to see, I think, something substantially different going forward. And I'm curious to see what that entails. I think we'll see a bunch of short passes or intermediate passes to Tate, to Riddick, to Abdullah. I think that's where those guys' strengths are. And also Matthew Stafford played his best down the stretch when he was featuring those passes as well. So I'm very curious to see what this offense looks like now that they've had an offseason to kind of work with the playbook. Even Golden Tate, when we talked to him, he obviously has a couple of years in the former scheme, and he said he was joking about buying flashcards to learn the new offense. That's how different it will be. So we won't get to see Tuesday, but we do get to see Wednesday. It will be very interesting to see what we see from the offense.
Shoot and run offense. Quick kicking passes, a lot of yards after the catch. Defense, there's a couple spots I just want to see how the early rotation set up, and it's not going to tell us anything now, but I want to see who they're going to plop in there at safety opposite Glover Quinn, and for all we know, Quinn might not be practicing after the ankle surgery, so we might not be able to get a whole lot there.
Ditto, by the way, for Swanson with that battle with Glasgow on the offense, too. It could be the same thing because he underwent the shoulder deal.
I still think they would probably throw out, somebody else in front of Glasgow just because you make your rookies earn it.
Braxton Cave time, got it.
Braxton's still on the roster, right?
I'm not sure.
That's really bad at us. I know they released a center or two in the last couple of weeks, but
Gay biker time, put it that way.
Yeah, he's still here. And linebacker, there's that third linebacker job. I think that strong side linebacker is a wide open, and even though it's only to be on the field 35% of the time, it's still an important position. And I'm curious. Are they going to go right away to the Kyle Van Noy hand, or are they going to try to put Josh Bynes there? I just don't know, so I'm curious to see how it'll work out.
I'm curious to see the return of two guys, Alex Carter, just because we've seen nothing from him, and I'm curious to see where he fits in. Maybe he could push Lawson for the starting job opposite Slay. I suspect his best case scenario is as the top backup on the outside. Yeah. He's battling Darren Walls, a veteran who came in for that job, I think. And more notably, DeAndre Levy. Let's not forget about Levy. He missed almost all of last year, only played one game, but has been coming back from the hip. His activity has been ramping up. The Lions have said they're unclear when he'll be back. It seems he'll be back for training camp, but whether he's out there for OTAs or maybe he's running on the side, just to see what his activity is, if anything, at this point.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's a serious injury. I mean, to miss a year with an injury, any injury is serious, but for some reason I've just taken it for granted. I just expect DeAndre Levy to be back in the same player, and that's probably not fair, probably irrational on my part, but it's a guy that puts in a lot of effort into taking care of his body. He had a bad luck break here with the muscle separating off the bone, so we'll see.
Yeah, not to get too into kinesiology or something, but you generate so much of your athletic ability from the hips. You don't really think about it. Maybe elite athletes do or something, but
I don't ever think about this.
I don't think about my hips too much either. I think about yours though.
Whoa. So you got weird.
But
keep it going.
But the hips generate so much of the power, and to have one askew like that is a problem, obviously, and also learning to trust it again going forward. an issue, I think, for Levy and something you have to overcome. Stop laughing.
I can't. This video is off the rails. I think that's everything.
You got anything else?
No.
Okay, we're done. OTA start on Tuesday. We'll be out there watching on Wednesday. We'll be all over it. For Justin Rogers, I'm Kyle Meinke. Unfortunately, we are MLive. Keep it right here.
Best video.